Right, so it is the Wednesday before my race on Sunday, and I'm going to start carb loading tomorrow. With that, I plan to gain a little bit of weight just because I'm going to be filling myself up with carbs, filling myself up with calories. And so I wanted to take the time to go over my body composition as it stands today. And then we have an in body here at the gym, and I've been weighing myself on the in body periodically. And if you're familiar with an in body, they give you these printable sheets that show you your trends over the course of your last 8 over the last 8 weigh-ins. And so today is August 7th. The furthest back in my composition history is April 10th, which would have been, that would have been only like about a month after my last marathon. So my last marathon was at Mesa. It was the Mesa Marathon, and it was in, February. So this weigh-in is April 10th, roughly a month afterwards. My weight was 183 pounds, 183.7 pounds. Skeletal muscle mass was 97 pounds. My body fat percentage was 9%. If I had to guess, I was probably closer to 185, 186 when I was running that Mesa Marathon. I'm going to go down to the lowest point that I've hit during this entire marathon prep, and that was June 29th. June 29th, I weighed 171 pounds, 171.7 pounds, so just under 172. My skeletal muscle mass was 91.7, so that is down just over, that's about down 12 pounds, 5 of which were skeletal muscle mass. My body fat percentage was 7.6. Today, it's midday, which normally I weigh in first thing in the morning, or I try to when I use the in body. It's usually the days that I come in here and work, coach early morning classes, and I have very little in my stomach. But today I'm doing it after work, closer to 5 p.m. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm probably a few pounds heavier than I would be if I were weighing myself in the morning. But today I weigh 175.1 pounds. My skeletal muscle mass is 92.4. Body fat percentage is 8.3. So again, comparing it to where I was roughly for my last marathon, I am down close to likely 10 pounds. Close to down 10 pounds, half of which are muscle. And my body fat percentage is down slightly. I don't know how that math works out. I feel like my body fat percentage would not drop if half of my muscle that I dropped was, or half the weight that I dropped was muscle. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, biggest thing that stands out to me is my weight. I am down close to 10 pounds since my last marathon, and that alone is probably making a huge difference in my ability to run. ChatGPT says for every 1 pound lighter you are, you can expect a full second off of your marathon split time. That seems very back of the napkin for me, but if that's true, we're talking, close to a 4 to 5 minute difference just from losing weight. Now, if we also take into consideration that my last marathon was in February, we've got March, April, May, June, July, August. I've been in a 6-month prep, and consistent 50, 60, and even 70-mile weeks. How does my fitness feel overall? Truth be told, I haven't been doing much CrossFit because when I do CrossFit, it absolutely wrecks my CNS. And what ends up happening is I do one CrossFit class hard and I lose days worth of training. So it's just not worth it, especially at this point in the prep. I did do the CrossFit Open workouts. And I mean, even for, 25.1? Or no, 25.2. Whichever one was with the heavy thruster and muscle ups. That was my favorite workout on paper. Like I was actually really excited to do it. It ended up backfiring on me because because those are movements that I like to do and I think they're fun. Like I like the way that it was programmed, and I like those movements. So I was actually really excited to do it. Did it with a friend. Also had my wife there to judge me, and I got a little cocky though because I did the workout on a Sunday and I did my long run on a Saturday. So I ended up running 17 miles on Saturday, doing the workout, and I was just doing it one and done. Like was not going to attempt the workout multiple times. Did it on Sunday after running 17 miles the day before, and my legs were absolutely shot on those thrusters. I like to think from a CrossFit Open standard. I'm not talking about games athletes. I'm not talking about super high level athletes. Heavy thrusters, heavy barbell, doing that movement. That's one of my strengths. And anything gymnastics, also one of my strengths. That ended up actually being the worst score I put in for the CrossFit Open. I know I'm going on a big tangent here talking about CrossFit instead of running, but what I'm trying to get at is after the Open, that's when I had a real realization that if I want to get every bit of running fitness out of this prep, I need to not do CrossFit. And look, there's plenty of people out there that are able to do both. I would say that I'm just not willing to do it. That's probably the difference between me and the others who do it. I'm not willing to. 1 to 2.5 hours of running and fitness on a weekday is enough for me. With the other extra time that I have after I've worked a full day, taking care of whatever's going on at the gym, that's for my wife, that's for my kids, that's, helping my wife around the house, spending time with my wife and my kids. Fitness is very important to me, but it's not that important. It's not gonna interfere with my how I balance my relationships at home. Those are more important. So for me, I knew that my plate was full just with running. With that, we just saw I lost 10 pounds, not pushing, pulling, squatting, hinging nearly as much as I normally am. But honestly, it's putting me in the best shape that I can be for the marathon. Now, you tell me to go out there and do some of my CrossFit workouts that I've done in the past. I bet you across the board, I am slower at just about all of them, with the exception of maybe Murph, because there's so much running in it. But definitely, I feel like from a CrossFit perspective, my fitness has gone way down. But again, this is the season I chose, and I'm okay with that. Like, it was a very conscious decision to put the brakes on CrossFit and to focus on marathon running. What I'm hoping for is, and I'm not trying to look too far past the marathon, I really want to focus on the marathon and execute. But what I'm hoping for is I'll continue to hold on to my aerobic base and become a stronger CrossFitter. So after all of this is said and done, I'm likely going to do more CrossFit again. But I've got this aerobic engine that I've been working on for close to a year. And I want to keep that. So, playing around with ideas on how that'll happen, what that'll look like. But I do think that I've created some kind of fitness edge that most people don't have. Not Most CrossFitters don't try to run a sub 3 hour marathon, right? Here I haven't done it yet, but I've been training for it, and I can feel the my aerobic capacity just really expanding, and I can take that with me so long as my training incorporates holding on to all of that. So maybe another video will come about how I plan to hold on to my aerobic engine and do more CrossFit. But for this video, I definitely think that my overall CrossFit fitness has gone down. Now, if you're just talking about running fitness, that's absolutely increased. Um, how do I personally feel overall? I feel pretty good. Um, and I would say that I don't think that I want to be um, full tilt one way or the other. I don't want to be a full steam ahead runner and continue to lose even more weight. And who knows, maybe I could hit some even crazier PRs. But I like feeling strong, right? But then also I felt like when I made the decision to start running, I was close to 194 pounds. That was too heavy for me. Too heavy for me. A lot of CrossFitters are my height and that or heavier. But here's the deal, their training volume is 2 to 3 times more than what I'm willing to put in. So I think as an open athlete and not a games athlete, 194 pounds is heavy. Um, if I'm going to be 194 pounds, I need to be working out multiple times a day, multiple sessions, fueling correctly. That's just not me. That's just not who I am or who I'm going to be either. So I think that I need to be more in the 180, 185. So I'll gain 10 pounds back, but then I would like to still keep a lot of the zone 2 work, and then also have some training runs thrown in there where I'm keeping and holding on to my speed. And I think that that will help me out in my overall fitness. So I think my peak fitness lies somewhere in between the running that I'm doing now and the CrossFit that I was doing over or about a year ago. So we'll see what happens next. But overall, like I said, I made a conscious decision to take a step back on my strength, and this is where it got me. Lost about 10 pounds since April, close to 20 pounds since about a year ago last year. So we'll see. We'll see. That's a data point that maybe might be useful to you if you're thinking about running and have a strength background and you're trying to figure out how to set your expectations on what your body composition will end up looking like and what it takes to even have a chance to sit at the table of potentially running a sub 3 hour marathon. I hope that's helpful. But yeah, we still don't know the results. We'll know the results on Sunday. So anyway, wanted to share that with you all. We are just a few days out. I'll continue to make some vlogs. I think that there's going to be some fun content leading up to the race. I want to get Bryce on the mic with me and have a pre-race, almost like podcast-like video. But then also, I think that it'll be funny to record everything on my travel day, which is going to be in 2 days. What it's going to be like traveling with all of our gear. We've got twins, my wife. It's going to be a fiasco. They're going to be off their sleep schedule. It's their first time on a plane. Yeah, that might be a fun one. And I'll just need to make sure that I'm not pushing too many buttons with my wife, because I think that she's going to be a little high strung that day. So I'll try to be good. But anyway, more content to come, and looking forward to Sunday.